inside with some poetry. I was born in a place that long before I came, there was malaria. And malaria killed most of the people in the settlement, and they had to evacuate, and that was the name that was given to it was green. But nobody mentioned the second word, which is death. In Arabic it's khadra al-mut. It's green death. And people kept dying until the story, and this is a true story. Somebody went to Australia and encountered the eucalyptus tree and found out that eucalyptus tree drinks water like crazy. So they brought lots of saps, planted them in the swamps, and that dried the swamps, and the place became habitable. Up to the point that they had different growth, and in the space of maybe 5 miles, there were all kinds of soils. In my green town, the sea meets limestone, sends its emissary, the sand, to do a battle with the black soil of rich watermelon fields. Red and clay slides into gravel mounds by the beach. The foursome of soils merge at the edge of the almond groves. West wind scatters gravel in carob copses. Great school kids dance on the dunes, pick and smoke eucalyptus roots, jutting out of ant mounds. After the rain, the red earth bleeds on thorns. The small mill pipes pollute black soil. Dark clumps cover the almond grove. Mice in fresh plowed fields, scampering away from a tractor between rocks into riverbank choked by sand. So that's one half of the poem about the different soil, and it was a fertile soil that they grew different things. There are many phases of Israel, although it's very small, the size of New Hampshire or less than New Jersey. There are probably 6 climates. When you go from Lebanon in the mountain where it snows to the desert where it joins Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan. And in this part where I served in the army was plagued by drought. And when I finished my service in the army, that was the 3rd year of drought. And I saw there something that I will never forget. And this is what the poem is about. Even the cloud mountains are of no use. Like shaving foam reflected in the mirror, your divine refuses rising. Gone is your remorse, but the despair will stay. Like salt columns in the Sodom Valley, and water towers in a dream. Ship skeletons whitening near brown tents. Oil and flour gone. No blessing or a curse. Just camel dung ashes and ancient giants lurking in the dunes. And when we talked to the sheik about the sheep, that the skeleton were piled one on top of the other, he said one word, which is very difficult to translate. Ifrit Allah. This is Allah does, but Allah doesn't. And there's acceptance. And this was quite amazing. Israel is a battleground for thousands of years. So the following poem is a prayer, and it's also a fantasy. Sunflowers. This hilltop never saw war, never changed hands. Not a drop of blood spilled, no Canaanite, Romans, Ottoman, Israeli soldiers left their footprint or trashed there. No hero proclaimed victory. Not a mine left. Not even the firstborn sacrificed to his God. No survivor of the Holocaust ever set foot on this spot. No Palestinian village buried under this hill. No Sheikh Mullah saint or a famous rabbi is entombed here. No ancient curses or blessing uttered. No white beard sways in the wind. It breathes mountain air, water the sunflowers, fills the bird feeder, purple fields glisten in the morning sun. One can dream. We did a reading at the Big Blue Marble bookstore, and this was about the immigrant experience, and we were asked what our roots are. And my roots, I'm Israeli, was born in Israel, but I'm rooted in the Holocaust. I've never been to the places where most of my relatives died. And during the 90s, 3 years, one night after the other, 8 nightmares. And this book is a product of these nightmares. And it's still at Treblinka, and Treblinka was a very small way station until the Nazis turned into a main operation center for all the trains that went into concentration camp. But that, by the way, FDR refused to bomb. And this excuse was, we don't want the world to think that we are fighting the war of the Jews. What do you think about it? I think that when we talk about the Holocaust, it's not past. It's still present. It's as if what God said to Cain after he killed his brother. Where's my brother? He said, I'm not my brother's keeper. And God said, you're lying. The blood of your brother is crying from the earth. And I feel that this is what happens, and it's represented by the first poem from Treblinka, and it's based on a tour that my friend Anne Weiss made to Auschwitz. She wandered to the edge of the camp and found a little shack, and she touched the rock and it broke. And she looked in shock. There were thousands of photos of the inmates of the camp. So I held there and I saw a video, and this is what I wrote. Eyes from the ashes collecting dust on shelves in rusting locked sheds in Poland. Eyes from the ashes forgotten for decades on snowy peaks of the Carpathian Mountains, collected meticulously in post-war archives, classified by diameter and focus. Eyes from the ashes, wandering, searching for other eyes, from ashes in Europe's streams and rivers. Eyes from the ashes in rock fragments, in riverbeds, eyeless ashes spreading in fields, polluting the German countryside. Eyes alone, piling up, filling up citadel of old cities. Eyes alone, floating in the vacuum of the world. Eyes without ashes, entombed in the belly of the earth, which does not reject even one. One of the major symbols of the Holocaust for me, and if you've seen the videos, are the tracks and the railroads, that they put millions of people in cattle cars and ship them. And whoever didn't make it, they just threw them off the train. So this railroads feel the guilt and they suffer. But they rebel one day. Patient railroads. Europe railroads are patient animals, accustomed to waiting. They suffered drastic peace for 55 years. Now they abandon the waiting, whistling in a choking hoarse voice. Mounds of gravel are tossed up. The shrieking of torn metal fills the quiet river. Rails are tearing themselves off bridges, severing boards, tearing screws and switches, letting the sparks set blazes in the woods on mountain tops. Impatient railroads slicing the autobahn, spitting asphalt and concrete upward, leaving long trenches throughout Europe, rails demolishing train stations, bringing down power lines and toppling utility poles, plunging Europe into darkness. Shiny rails rushing to meet rusting rails, crashing into other rails, crushing them, piling up high, huddling, whispering mournfully, with a soft breeze in the black forest. Rails that were patient animals are restless and tremble in the serenity of the black forest. Blind range imprisons Europe rails, secreting acid and poison of 10,000 boxcars' memories of stuffed inmates. Europe's railroad, patient for 55 years, they resolved to die in a slow and agonizing death, so they will not remember. I like to meet people, I like to travel. And me and my wife, we have a sport that we always make biographies about the people that we see and make stories about them. And she's better than me, but I guess I'm the poet. So this book is composed of people that I met, the people that I imagined, the people that I met, but I imagined. Same thing. So this is called Harvey, and it's not the rabbit. He looks the part: tweed jacket, corduroy pants, sturdy brown shoes, gray beard. May I sit down? He moves his leather bag. At last somebody to ask. I should. In burning questions. How do sunspots affect the stock market? Why do black holes harass matter? Are there secret passages between galaxies? Does moon milk cure cancer? Explain the love affair of comets and asteroids. Any urgent needs for poets in space? Is nude swimming allowed on Mars? How many dark years do you have to cross before a light year? Harvey says, right. He goes back to the Wall Street Journal. Gets up. That must stop. I'm meeting my wife for a Mahler concert. By the way, I'm Harvey, the plumber. Here's my card. You can make up as much as you want. This was a lovely woman that I met in one of the conferences, and this is what happens. Water, a rain-swept parking lot edge, your face hidden under a wide-brimmed straw hat. Your pink blouse ruffles in the wind. Mist rise from the blacktop, blurring your shoes and slacks. Your straw hat dissolves into pink blouse. Low clouds punctuated by streaks of light. Trembling, murky puddles, emitted haze from the asphalt. Your glasses sparkle. Mount Monadnock floats behind you, dotted with evergreen specks. A fragrant pink patch touches the brown and the gray haze between your outstretched palms, weighing the rain. So these are two of the people that I met or I didn't meet. And I like to travel, and my first book is called The Road to Timbuktu. And I knew nothing about Timbuktu. I just saw on television. That's Timbuktu. So, more about it when I read the ending poem. So, as I said, I like to invent things. I like islands. There are two islands in this book. And one that I invented is called Cinnamon. On Conroe Island, women belly laugh and bite papaya with glistening teeth, while rotund men ride bikes in circles, eating pita bread. Bridegroom weigh 200 pounds, the bride half. Women bow to the volcano god, who showers them with huge bananas and drips coconut oil on their shiny heads. The ocean puts its palms on the beaches, offering well-done grilled red snappers with smoky island fries, and gobbles up fat cats. Conroe smells of cinnamon and other. The streets are paved with alligators. In bridges are whales. Men sleep 20 hours a day. Women with bright bandanas dance and can't wake them up. They spray them with hoses, make love to them for 5 minutes, let them snore. Fat babies are born crying for a chocolate cake. Small lizards give birth to 30-foot dragons who gobble up houses. Maybe you've been there. More than the places. Let the poem speak for himself. It's face. So that's a poem. I like to watch travel shows. Tortoise. I checked the weather in Hong Kong because my friend Valenti visited in 46. I know the weather in Taipei. I like the name. The weather in Madrid. I almost got there in the 50s. I have no interest in the weather of Bristol, Brighton, or Como. No offense. I sit and drink my coffee and travel cheaply. I scale icy mountains, learn to ski, and surf the Himalayas with Frederick Lentz. I am the wildest beast in the Serengeti and Kalahari deserts. I run as fast as pumas and as cheetahs. I am the coolest swimmer, not afraid of sandbar sharks. I am protected by my coffee. It's fun to lie on the beaches of Tel Aviv or Sharm el-Sheikh, enjoy the Red Sea and the mountains without the radiation and the sunburn. I check the weather in Botswana and all is well there, according to Alexander Smith. And in Kuala Lumpur, Pierre, South Dakota. But close to dawn, a dream seduces me to the island of Galapagos. I settled into my first-class seat and followed Charles Darwin above 600 miles of volcanic shore. I disembarked the boat to Boltra, touched the gentle lizards. Finches greeted me along with mockingbirds and doves. A yellow-crowned night heron guards the path, a giant tortoise crawls to shore. 5 volcanic peaks bathe in the sunset, and the evening air is dense with hum and singing. One morning I will gather all my courage and cross the bridge into New Jersey. More time? Do I have more time?
One or two.
Huh?
One or two more.
Okay, so very short. These are two of the opening poems of a hawk in flight. A spring lantern twinkles in the wind, naked kids' laughter in a muddy pond. An illuminated night lingers into dawn's glow, and I end with a poem that was written simultaneously in Hebrew and in English. It's called Compassion. There I knew compassion like no other. Angels stroked my head, another kissed my forehead, and it dripped a honey-like necklace in my throat. In the Hebrew, חמלה. שם ידעתי חמלה שאין כמוה. מלאכים ליטפו את ראשי. מלאכות נשקו את מצחי בעדינות. הזילו אל פי מחרוזות של אור דבש. Thank you so much.